どうもマシです。ホライゾンフォービドンウエスト第2回。まずだ。まずだよ。スキルだよ。まずスキルだよ。私、エイムが下手なので、とりあえず、これを。はい、5。ほう。今回、ほう。今回こういうスキルツリーになってるようですね。うん。まあまああるな、これ。まあいいや。これで少しは補強されるじゃろう。あ、ぶっ刺したとこかな。抜けたー。前作のクリアのやつですね、これ多分ね。ブシャーってやつ。何を送信したんだよ。
Something was transmitted from the top of the spire. I guess I have to find a way up there.
ほ
う。Maybe I can jump to that ledge behind me.
後ろ？おいえ。と、あれ？と。はい、なんかある。よこせ。ああ、後ろに行けと。はいはいはい。はーい。あ、あれ、モルでジャンプなの？どういう？L2を押しながら参加。あ、はいはいはい、あれね。統一、お前か。
Forecaster can't reach that from here.
はい。
I should be able to pull that crane closer.
はい。はい、あれ。2個外さなきゃダメ。
There we go.
なんという今日。なんという。相変わらずやべえな、おい。
How to cross over to the spire. Should be able to get up there now.
と。
I thought Silence was helping me when he gave me his lance. But it looks like he tricked me. Transmitted something through the spire. Did he save Hades? Why would he do that?
Oh,
If I can figure out where he sent it, I can track him down. Hopefully the transmission node at the top will tell me. Looks like this panel's ajar. Can I go up through the inside?
どこ？こっちか。と。本当かお前。
An elevator? Let's see.
Access lift activated.
Lucky day.
Engaging maintenance configuration.
The whole thing is opening up. Wonder what the Carja will make of this. There's the note. Sword of Forest. Bastard.
Well, Aloy, I see you finally figured it out. To be honest, I'm surprised it took you so long to discover my rules.
You rigged the lands to steal Hades. How could you be so reckless?
Reckless. You're the one who tried to purge Hades before its precious knowledge could be extracted. The mysterious signal that woke it, for example. Or where to obtain one of those Gaia backups you've been having such a hard time finding.
If you knew, why didn't you just tell me?
I've been having problems of my own these past 6 months, Aloy. The difference is, I've made progress. So once your anger at my entirely necessary deception has faded, why don't you come out here and find me in the Forbidden West, and learn all that I've discovered?
Oh, I'll come find you, all right.
Yes. Well, the coordinates make it simple enough. Even for you.
Ugh! There's no other choice. Better let Varl and Murad know what I found.
なんかめっちゃいろいろ出てっけど。どうした急にこのチュートリアル。どうした急に。そして焚き火はないのかい。
Machine carcasses. Remnants from the Battle of the Elite. We were almost overrun by the machines Hades controlled. But we pushed through. Looks like a memorial. Honoring those who fell in the Battle of the Elite. Lots of brave people defended this place from Hades.
これ出れねえな。いい音してねえ。じゃあ
War of Legends. Nice to make your acquaintance.
おう完全にもう忘れてる。こいつらオセラムの人たちか。おー名前とか忘れるよね。
The battle really wrecked this place.
じゃあ
Worked the stalls already.
間違えた。うーい。ちょい危ねえし。うん。特に飛び寄せれそうなとこもない。これだけか。あざっす。特に行けそうな場所はなさそうだ。
Ignoring me again?
さっきのとことは違うよね。ほい。
Hi! Sorry, I'm not used to talking to famous people.
気にしなくていいんだよ。あいつか。 すがにいいか。これよし、いや行こう。へい。何があるというのだね。
It's part of the Deathbringer we defeated.
おお、あ、でかいやつね。デスブリンガー。
This machine
覚
was
えて
the
るよ。
last line of defense for Hades. It dragged the orb up here and then nearly killed me, but it's just a piece of scrap now.
でかかったもんね、あれね。もういいかな、大体。大体いいな。よし、行こう。
You went inside it, and it transformed, almost like the day of the battle.
I can only be grateful that it's a stormy day. Few will have seen the tower change from Meridian. What did you discover?
Hades. The danger didn't end here. It went into the Forbidden West. And I have to follow.
I see. That can be difficult. The West is called Forbidden for a reason. A tribe of ferocious warriors controls much of it, the Tanakh, and they allow no trespassers past its border. That said, under the Sun King of Ard, a fragile peace has been negotiated, and indeed, the next embassy will take place in a day or two on the edge of the frontier. Were you to attend the gathering under his auspices, the Tanakh might grant right of passage, instead of hunting you and attacking on sight.
Great, just what I need. More killers.
The Sun King.
Aloy, it's good to see you. You left in such haste. We never had a chance to properly thank you.
Can we show the champion the spear now? Please?
Itamin, quiet.
It's true. We bear gifts. Decorum usually calls for a ceremony of offering at the palace, but I thought you would prefer a less formal occasion. Bring them, please.
Avad, this is all very kind, but I... Who's it? Vanasha.
Quick. Better hand them over before she runs off again.
Really? Must you?
おうおう、なんか覚えてるぞ、このウーシットさんは。なんか戦士だったような気がする、この人。
Try it on.
It's beautiful.
On behalf of all the citizens of the Sundom, may these tokens remind you of our eternal gratitude.
すげえがミシェラの女の人。あの女の人、どういう役割だったんだっ
Perhaps
け
you'd like to spend more time with your friends. Come speak to me when you're ready to depart.
おっとっ
I
と。
need to attach the master override to my new spear. Should be a workbench around here I
さん
can
は
use.
Itamin.
Dowager Queen Nasadi.
Blessed champion. Itamin, what do you say?
My humblest thanks to you, great champion, for delivering my mother and me from Sunfall, and for defending our holy city against the forces of Shadow. Did I say right?
You said it fine, Edmund. And you're welcome.
Champion, will you teach me how to shoot like a real machine hunter?
Itamin.
I have to go on an important mission, Prince.
To save the world?
Something like that. But when I come back, I could give you a few tips. It would be an honor.
We owe you our lives, champion, and we will not forget. May the sun light your way.
Watch out for Thunderjaws, champion.
まあまあまあまあまあ。まあまあまあね。うん、サンダージョーね。 なかなかだからね、あいつ。
And another band of Osseran laborers have been hired to speed up reconstruction.
Very... The sculptor wanted something even bigger. Twice the size. Covered in gold and jewels. But I was quite certain you wouldn't appreciate that.
You were right. I'm sorry, Avad. It's good to see you, but I can't stay long.
I see. I'd hoped you'd remain in the city for a time. Perhaps at the palace.
Meridian's still in danger. But it's bigger than that. To put things right, I have to go west. To Nox territory.
By the sun, that's a Noct? Well, perhaps Murad already told you, but after years of hostility, we've negotiated a truce in hopes of a lasting peace. Another embassy will be held in just a day or two.
When you say years of hostility, I assume you mean the Red Raids?
Ah, yes. My favorite subject.
I wouldn't ask if I didn't need to know.
As you know, my father raided all the border tribes. The Osseram, Banuk, and Nora suffered greatly, resisting as best they could. But none fought back like the Tenakth. They rose up and assaulted our western front at Barren Light, sweeping us from their lands. Getting them to talk to us again after that was tricky.
What makes this coming embassy so special?
Well, just like today, it is special because of the guest. Our delegation will meet with the Tenakth just outside Barren Light. We'll give them treasure, and they'll return a prisoner. Fashav, one of our finest soldiers.
Soldier? Don't you mean raider?
No, not in this case. Fashav is my cousin, nothing like Helis and his ilk. He joined the Western expedition with the hopes of reining in certain excesses. But he was captured during a heroic defense of our forward base at Cinnabar Sands, and has been held ever since.
さっぱり覚えてねえぞ。
Itaman looks happy.
You got him out of Sunfall. Any happiness he has, he owes to you. He's turning into a fine young man, which he'll need to be if he's to inherit the crown.
Wouldn't the crown go to a son of yours first?
Yes, well, I'd have to get married for that to happen. Murad keeps throwing noble matches at me. But I find I'm always trying to make them into someone they're not. At any rate, I never aspired to the throne, and I don't wish to sit there forever. When Itaman comes of age, I hope to step aside. Free of the crown. I might finally be able to travel the world. Who knows? Perhaps even accompany you on one of your adventures.
You make it sound easy. Your cousin, Fashav. How long has he been a Tenakth captive?
5 years. Tenakth emissaries swear he is well, but I wonder. That tribe is renowned for its brutality. How did he survive? Well, I'll know soon enough. If you see him before I do, tell him that I await him in Meridian, where he belongs.
If I see him, I will. How did you get the Tenakth to talk again after the war?
The same way I got you to talk. By giving gifts.
The Tenakth like tiaras?
More like medals, spices, and relics looted during the fighting. We've met with them on several occasions, and the gifts seem to have eased the tension. But this coming embassy is the most important yet. The best sign we've had so far that the Tenakth want lasting peace.
I need to get going.
One moment, Aloy. There's something I must ask you. Since you left, I've thought of little else.
This isn't really the time.
But it has to be. The way you left before, there's no way to know when I'll see you again. I'm not trying to stop you, or hold you back. But I need to know, when your mission is over, will you return to Meridian? And stay? Long enough for us to spend time, to get to know each other properly, perhaps.
ほう。ああ、今はその時じゃねえんだろうけど。あ、懸命な反応でもしようとしてきますか。
Avad, the situation calls for a higher perspective. The threat I'm facing endangers not just Meridian, but a lot of other places too. A lot of innocent people. What happens between us, it's not important. At least, not yet.
You're right. I'm acting like a fool. It's supposed to be the king who calls for a higher perspective. Please accept my apology. And my wishes for your success. Goodbye, Aloy. As always, our hopes ride with you.
おお、まあなんか王様っぽくてすごいね。賢い人だ。あー、これは下だな。他に誰かいるっけ。あれ、なんとかちゃんはどこ行った。なんとかちゃんどこ行った。さあパリだぜ。まあ出てったよね多分ね、あの人。と
There.
いたいたいたいた。この人はなんとなく覚えてるんだよな、ウーシットさんは。
Uthid, Vanasha, thanks for being here.
Wouldn't miss it, even if you did leave us hanging after the big battle.
めちゃ怒っている。
She's here now, isn't
めちゃ怒ってい
For the
る。
moment, but I see that look on her face. She's got business to attend to, and it isn't in Meridian.
You know, I didn't vanish before because I wanted to. I had...
No, Huntress, please. You don't have to justify yourself to us. You saved our butts. If you've got to go, go. With our blessing.
Always.
突っ込むのかこれを。
You both look like you're doing well.
Mr. Shiny Pants here is now the Sun King's senior military advisor. That means people actually have to listen to him talk? May the sun bless their sorry souls.
At least I say something of substance every once in a while.
What was that? I just fell asleep while you were talking.
And how about you, Vanasha?
I've been looking after Nasadi and Edaman. 2 parts bodyguard, 1 part...
Bad influence.
Huh. I was gonna say nanny, but I like your version better.
仲いいの。
It's been months since I was in Sunfall. What's become of the Shadow Karja?
After you wiped out the Eclipse, there were hardly any priests or officers left to terrorize the little people.
Avad offered amnesty to all who were forced to serve the Shadow. So the commoners cleaned out the citadel and handed it back to him. The Sundom was unified.
Avad wanted Uthid to take command of the garrison there, but Captain Cuddly here refused. Rumor has it that he wanted to stay close to me here in Meridian.
That's nonsense, of course.
I never pictured you as a nanny. Edaman must be special.
Hold on now. I'm not entirely domesticated. Nasadi was the Mad Sun King's wife. She has enemies. I've had to foil a plot or 2.
Right. You can try to hide it, but inside, you're as soft as a silk pillow.
Oh, You have no idea.
Huh? Oh dear.
We were talking about Edaman?
Oh.
Yeah, okay, I admit it. Edaman's cute. He's fun. And he looks up to me. I like him. Except when he forgets to wash his hands after hooking worms in that muddy garden behind his solarium. Blech. Well, I know. You're out. Go. Away with you.
Always an honor, champion.
Always a pleasure. But please, little huntress, come back someday and tell us about your adventures. If I can't get in trouble, at least I can hear about yours.
Sister! Over here!
なんだって
Not again.
あれ反応が悪いぞ。ということは、はい。
Well, that's everyone. Guess it was nice.
レゾネーターブレスト。何なんだいそれは。んまあいいや。はい。
Catch up. Okay. Master override installed. Plus, something new. To store up and release energy. Resonator. Should help in a fight.
もう終わったよね。OK。と相変わらずだね。ジャンプして丸ボタンでこうなったような記憶はある。
Aloy, are you finished with your friends, or do you need more time?
大丈夫だ。
I better get going. And if I'm headed west, it sounds like I'll need rite of passage from the Tenakth, as you said. Where exactly is this embassy going to be held?
Past the Daunt, the canyon that marks the western border of the Sundom. You'll find the fortress of Barren Light at its farthest edge. The embassy will take place just beyond its gates. It's a long march, a fortnight on foot.
A couple of days hard riding should get us there.
Actually, it might be better to rest here tonight. Head out in the morning.
Of course. I'll arrange it.
Am I the one to hold this crown of ash and soul? Their kindness calls to me. I have to block it out. My voice has grown so somber. These words don't seem like mine, but the iron won't subside. No matter what I try. Am I raindrops in the flood? In this emptiness, in the storm. If I falter, if I fall, the wave inside my soul carries all I know. Who can take my hand in the flood? Her voice calls me forth through darkness unknown.
Sparks to steel. Never seen anyone use one of those to get around.
Is that how I get to Barren Light?
Yes, I mean usually, but not today. Not yet.
And why is that?
Well, the Daunt. The whole valley. It's infested with machines.
I can handle machines.
Oh, I'm sure you can, but I'm under strict orders not to operate until the whistle down at Chainscrape sounds the all clear.
Look, I didn't come all this way just to stand around and wait. I'll crank that car down myself if I have to.
Well, but then who would crank it back up? Fine, fine. Though, should anyone ask, it might be best to say you forced me.
ちょっと民族の雰囲気が変わってきましたね。
I see smoke, but not a lot of activity.
Smoke's probably coming from something the machines wrecked. As for the quiet, well, there's a work stoppage in effect because of all the fuss.
What sort of machines are causing the trouble?
Nasty ones, and lots of them. Bristlebacks, they're called. Strangeness is, they're not native to the Daunt. Just showed up, all of a sudden.
No hunters to kill them?
Oh, we've got hunters, just none that want to cross over. Boss of Chainscrape. He is self-appointed. Work stoppage was his idea.
Yeah, well, I'm just passing through. Got an embassy to attend.
You should have said. That ain't gonna happen no time soon.
What are you talking about?
Hear that? That's your answer.
Who is that?
Karja's son priest. Cranked him down yesterday, about an hour before the machine trouble started. He's a very important man, so he says. That embassy at Barren Light, he's the one supposed to run it. Ah!
Great.
If you don't do as I say immediately, the Sun King himself shall hear of your insolence. Thanks to you, I was forced to spend the night shivering in the tent. Exposed to attack, I might have died. Oh, me you refuse to transport, but not this... what? This Nora girl? This savage? Besides, scallywag.
Wadis. That's Aloy.
Studious Wadis.
Aloy, you know, savior of Meridian.
Really? Well, that lessens the insult, I suppose.
I came here for the embassy at Barren Light. Way I hear it, so did you.
Well, not with the valley infested. And so did Ahriman, proclaim the Sun Priests most precious and worthy of safekeeping. See?
もうここら辺でめんどくせえやつがすげえわかる。
I shall head to Barren Light when the captain of the Vanguard tells me the way is clear, and not a moment sooner.
Fine. Captain's a friend of mine, you know? Where is Erend? Wouldn't mind speaking to someone a little more action, a little less scroll.
Wadis.
Studious Wadis.
Studious Wadis sent Erend and another Vanguard out at daybreak to clear the way.
And so at daybreak...
Hey! Shh. Down the valley, then?
Yeah, said they checked the ruins on the left bank for tracks. Take it from there.
Okay. I hear there's a work stoppage. Any way to upgrade my gear?
I'll bet the smith in Chainscrape would let you use his workbench. As for the bristlebacks, you might want to craft some acid arrows. Hitting their canisters with those will take them down quick.
Thanks. I'll find Erend and I'll bring him back. Hey! Where do you think you're going?
What? To the top of the ridge. To wait in safety.
Sorry. Operators under strict orders. No passengers till the whistle blows, right?
That's right. Best start cranking.
Why? Why?
Jorf, would you kindly escort Studious to Chainscrape and wait for me there?
You got it.
I will find Erend, and I will help clear a path. But after that, no more excuses. Barren Light. Embassy.
If such be the will of the sun.
It will be. Trust me.
面白いな。
I gotta find Erend. But it might be good to hit Chainscrape first and upgrade my bow.
ほう。こりゃ。あれ。おい。シュッ。あれシュッ。あれシュッ。あれもう出てるから。ああ。ああ。なんかこんなんだったような気がする。えい。何書いてるかよくわかんねえ。いや面白いなこのやりとり。おうおうおうおう、なんかこんなんだった気がする。とりあえずメイン行こう。敵火も欲しいし、よわー。とりあえずまだセーブできてないんだよね。導入だけで2時間弱かかった。はまってる気がする。はまってる気がする。非常にはまっている気がする。まずいぞこれは。危ねえ。落ちるほかねえのかこれ。そんなことはねえな。とりあえず真夜中のぶら下がる。あ、上に違うな。ああ、こういうの便利になりましたね、やっぱ。とりあえず作業台どこ。あ、まあいいや。はい。あ、多分これクイックセーブ自体はできてるから OK。これは広いぞ今回も。半端なく広いぞこれは。まあよかろう、行こう。あ、やっぱあれかな、今回も生肉的なやつ必要なのかな。とりあえずこっちの敵がどういう雰囲気なのかから始めねえとな。一緒だね。君は誰？イノシシ。ああ、イノシシとかネズミとかいたような気がするな。 嘘でしょ。どこ行った。いた。すげえ逃げ足早いんだけど、あいつ。よっしゃ。いただきまーす。あ、ちくしょ。はいほー。かなり硬いなこれ。3体いんのか。はーい。ほら。あ。さらばだよ。へい。近接で行くべきではないはずなんだが。はい、さよなら。絶対俺戦い方間違えてる。絶対間違えてるわ。これだから俺成長しねえんじゃないの。えい。何これ。
I'll save the extra stock for later.
お日さましんじゃん。なんか嫌な予感するね。嫌な予感するね。最初からグリーンシャインなんだろう。最初からなんかもう階段とかする気なさそうな。おう、まあいいよ、そこら辺は。
This will be in my stash when I need it.
保管庫とは何かね。拾っといて損はないのは分かるんだけど、とりあえず行こう行こう。あれこれ確か魚とかもできんじゃなかったっけ。なんか魚の肉とかやったような気がしないでもないよ。前気のせいだっけかな。
It's a dead machine. It must be a bristleback. Maybe Errand took it down? Ground soaked with acid. Did the bristlebacks do this?
んあれ読めねえぞ。まあよかろう。
It must be chain scrape. Jaruf said I could get my bow upgraded in there. I'd be able to tinker with my other gear too.
開いてないよ。最初からもうすでに開いていないよ。あれテンコラってできる。よし。 ダメっぽい。非常にダメっぽい。よし、ダメっぽい。あれ、昔なんか魚の肉が結構重要だった気がしないでもないんだけどな。気のせいかな。
Outlander approaching. Is that the savior? Wanna come in, savior?
入るわ。
Welcome to Chainscrape, savior.
Open up, guys. Jorv's orders.
Good enough for me.
By the forge.
Petra?
Aloy, what are you doing here? About time there was something worth looking at in this dump.
It's nice to see you too.
And not a moment too soon. Come on. Damn brewery's the only thing I can count on in this place.
Yeah, I heard. Machines, work stoppage.
Oh, those are just the latest malfunctions. Chainscrape's always been a few tools short of a kit. And right there is the biggest tool of all.
Our land, not our problem. The bristlebacks are everybody's problem.
Roland?
You've heard of him.
Yeah.
But he's a story best told over a cold beer.
Petra. I'm just passing through. I'm headed west.
Oh.
There's an embassy at Barren Light I need to make happen, and then I keep moving.
Ah, of course. Bigger gears to grind. Well, Flamehair, good to see you. You've got to move on.
Petra.
But if you want a cold beer and a few laughs with an old friend, come find me at the brewery. Your choice.
Well, this Olvan guy sounds like trouble. Maybe Petra could use some support. But first things first, I need to find that workbench and upgrade my bow.
Maybe finally someone.
Till Oven blows that whistle, no one's working it.
これの1やって2やって3やるってことこれ。まあそれそうか。3。これはいけるから、もうついでだからやっちゃえ。武器ステータスの改良。はい。はい。ブリスルバック、まず会ってないからな。耐性増加。まあやるよ。すぐ死ぬし、俺。下手すると。2個目もいけるので、行こう。ありがとう。罠？はいはいはい。まあ、いつでも作れるからね、これはね。薬何個？3つまでなのかな。やっぱそうだ。そうだ。薬作るのに肉が必要だったような気がする。そうだった気がする。そうね。イノシシね。アライグマね。そうだね。これきついんだよな。思い出したわ。 そうそう。なんか途中から野生動物ばっかり飼ってた気がするんだよな。なるほど。
This should be useful. Now I just need to find Erend and help him clear the bristlebacks.
よこせ。はい。
I hope Corvin and the others are doing better than I am.
おっと。何かあるね。ハンマー傭兵だ。お前だいぶだな。お前だいぶだな。
What happened to you?
That damn mine is what happened to me. Won't be the last injury if Olden keeps shoving those tongs into those tunnels.
What mine?
Northeast of Chainscrape, where the river ends. I told
Ah!
Corvin we should stop when the first cave-in happened, but Olven probably threatened to cut off her pay. Or worse.
How about you slow down and take me through it?
おう、ウルバンドとゴルベンド。
You
勘弁し
mentioned
て。
you were injured in a cave-in.
Yeah, a couple days ago. That's how I hurt this blasted leg.
なんか派手なマーク出て
Corvin
た
and the
な。
others were opening a new vein while I was checking on an older one. As soon as their blast hit, the tunnel I was in collapsed. Might have dodged it if I wasn't running on barely a spark of sleep. We were pushing too hard and too fast.
And you're afraid Corvind and the others might not be as lucky if it happens again.
Mm-hmm. Hit the nail right on the head.
How come Olvin's in charge? Don't these mines belong to the Karja?
Try telling Olvin that. He brought in all the backing to get them open. Might as well own them. Fire and spit. You ask him. He owns us as well.
Who's Corvind?
He's their foreman. And a damn good one. The kind that knows how to deal with management when it gets unreasonable. But Olvind... his demands go beyond unreasonable. Corvin's been doing his best to appease him. He even blamed himself for my injury, when it was Olvin who ordered the extra shifts.
Sounds like a good guy.
That's why we all put up with the long hours and lousy conditions. But if the whole mine becomes unstable, I'd rather suffer Olvin's wrath than die buried in rubble.
I could check in on your crew if I'm in the area.
I would appreciate that. Thank you.
あれこれメイン進まねえぞこれ。このパティン。俺の悪い癖。
Not again.
めっちゃ怒ってるじゃん。
Are you a sight for sore eyes?
これは外。なので中にいる人に取り、おお走っとる子供。なんかよこせ。なんだこりゃ。ああ、これが保管庫。おーおー、なるほどね。本当に？まあでもどっちにしろ速攻送られるんだよね、この感じな。
Shop looks closed.
Yep.
Can I still use the workbench?
I ain't gonna stop you.
なるほど。で、訓練場とな。ああ、なるほど。焚き火から焚き火へ飛ぶときは使わないけど、多分フィールドから飛ぶってなったら多分パックが必要だよっていう 認識っぽいなこれは。なんかあるね。未確認のストライクの指し手。何言ってんのかな。どういうことだい。さっぱり意味がわかんない。ありがとう。ねありがとう。すべてを強奪していくよ僕は。これどう入ってくるのこれ。こん中。これサイドクエストって複数受注できたっけ。さっぱり忘れてるわ。
Hey, Mildef. I took some of your stew last time I went into the wilds. Kept me going for a week. Felt like I could have put a strider in a sleeper hold.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
Sounds like you're serving up some impressive provisions here.
Not again. You can have the discount too, but you'll have to come back later.
I think you have me confused with someone else.
Olvin didn't send you?
No.
Oh, my apologies. It's just that his minions won't stop pestering me. Now I've even worn out my special grill. Since I'm in the midst of a crisis, perhaps you could skip to what it is you wanted?
Some of your food?
Of course.
Are Ulvin's people causing you problems?
Oh, yeah. They constantly demand my best, but the equipment I need to make my signature dishes isn't built for batch cooking. And don't get me started on the Ulvin discount they feel so entitled to.
And if you refuse?
I make meals. No trouble.
How did you end up in Chainscrape?
Heard about a new and upcoming town at the edge of the frontier. Where there's a town, there's a tavern. I was in need of work. So I got myself out here and started cooking. Some of these people had never tasted proper boars and berries stew before. Anyway, next thing I knew, people kept coming back. Guess they like my food. Or the ale.
Your last customer mentioned your cooking really kept him going out in the wild. Where I'm headed, I could use some of that.
I would be happy to oblige, especially since you have the decency to ask pleasantly. But my special groove griddle is no more. Without it, I can't cook any of my signature dishes. I hate to think what'll happen when I'm forced to refuse Ulvin or his goons. Even if I already had the right ingredients, there's nothing I can do. Unless you can source me a temporary replacement?
What do you need?
For the ingredients. A few pieces of decent wild meat, and I'd say a big handful of bitter leaf stems. That'll do. As for the griddle, a corrugated metal panel might suffice until I can have a new one forged. You'd likely find one in the scrounger pile. If you follow the river to the northeast. Don't worry, I'll clean it first. You'll have no issue finding boars and bitter leaf on your way. Assuming you're as much a hunter-gatherer as your clothing suggests.
Thanks, Mildef. I'll keep an eye out.
So that's what gratitude sounds like.
And don't let anyone push you around, okay?
If you say so.
北東側にとりあえず用があるようだね。
Already got enough bitter leaf. Just need to hunt for some wild meat and grab a metal panel from the scrounger pile.
そう。あ、焚き火。焚き火。おー、やれやれ。これなんだね。ストライク初心者。これ何かね。こっち側だよな。あ、なんか発見。俺の眉毛や。どういうことじゃない。
Aloy, change your mind about that rule? Even the savior of Meridian needs a challenge.
なんだいこれは。
Come to revel in some strike, sister? Let me set the board.
I was just passing by.
First timer, huh? Don't worry about it. I'll go easy on you. You got any pieces?
No.
Well, aren't you in luck then? I got an extra set, a Tanakh Original, straight out of the Forbidden
ああ
West.
引き込んでくるパターンね。
Sit. I'll run you through it in a hot spark. I'll give you something special if you win it on my boards, too.
マジで？とりあえずどうやんの？違う盤面を持っていて特定の編成を好む。あ、まあ。え？相手側の駒が破壊された場合、自爆だろうがなんだろうがってことね。っていう意味でいいんだよな。その駒の価値点を自分側に加算される。相手の駒は、を自爆誘うなり攻撃するなりで壊せってことかな。それでは自分の駒をよし、やろう。とりあえずわけわかんねえし。何言ってんの？それぞれの駒。谷間は空飛ぶ機械しか通れない。沼地に着地すると動けなくなる。はあ。さっぱりわからん。草の地形、はい。弱点？攻撃範囲内にいる一番後ろに跳ね飛ばす。跳ね飛ばした駒がもう、これって誘爆支え的な？高速、飛車的な意味なのかな？飛車角的な。範囲内に一番近い駒。最大攻撃範囲。射撃やべえじゃん。すべての地形で引き寄せる。一番外に引き寄せる。さっぱりわからん。よし、何がやるか本当にわからん。こんなことやってる場合じゃねえような気がするんだけどな。攻撃するのは戦闘に受ける側の駒の戦闘力。詰めろってことね。はい。オーバーチャージ。難しい。ちゃんとやるのは後がいいな。
You're probably busy. I understand.
後でやるよ。この手のやつハマるとやべえからな。基本的に。絶対ハマったら本編そっちのけでやるやつはこれ。間違いなく。某ファンタジーゲームのカードゲームみたいなもんじゃん。
Come for that beer after all, eh? Here, sit down. Get a pint in her hand. Wasn't expecting you to swing by.
Since when do I do what's expected?
Ha! There's that spark. Fire and spit.
Fire and spit.
That's a blast from the bellows. Won't fix the forge, but at least I can forget about my troubles for a
この人
while.
鍛冶屋さんだったっけ、そういえば。
Take your pick. We got bodies to bury from the bristlebacks, the work stoppage, Olvin grating the gears about his concession decree. Hey! Weapons off the table! Ah, don't listen to me. Nothing a cold brew and knocking some heads together can't fix eventually.
Oh, まず
So the bristlebacks in the Daunt.
ああ、しょうがね
Where did they come from?
That's the thing. No one rightly knows. They just showed up one day, rampaging around the valley like they exploded out of a forge. Lost some good people. But I heard talk of some vanguards trying to take them down.
Did they come through here?
Stopped by briefly for supplies. Olvind was none too pleased. Won't be able to crank it to his advantage once the bristlebacks are gone.
But how could bristlebacks in the Daunt help Olvind?
2 words. Concession decree. Since no one knows where the bristlebacks came from, Olvind has taken to blaming the Karja for him. He's hoping to dig up enough old resentments to get a strike going until the concession's signed. This is just his latest attempt. He's been trying to rile up the workers since the day he rolled into town.
And people actually believe him?
Lots of folks suffered at the hands of the Mad King during the Red Raids. Give him half a reason, they'll blame the Karja for anything.
Ah, damn Karja slavers.
I thought you'd be back in Freeheap.
Well, after the big battle at Meridian, I went back. But realized it was running smooth. Didn't need me. Heard about the rebuilding out at Barren Light. Figured they could use another hammer. Been scraping by ever since.
You could always leave.
And go back east? Nah. I ain't one to leave a lit forge. Besides, someone's gotta be a squeaky wheel for the workers around here.
So about Olvind.
Around here, everything's about Olvind.
How'd he end up in charge?
He got here early, like a squirrel smelling a fat nut. He knew rebuilding Barren Light would need stone and timber. So he jangled purses all over Mainspring, getting investors to front claims on anything in the Daunt that might be worth a damn. Thing is, all the bankers back home know that this is Karja land, and the Sun King can revoke those claims at any time. That's why he's desperate for the magistrate to sign off on a concession decree.
This concession decree, what is it exactly? And how would it help Olvind?
It's pig diddle, that's what.
A writ that would put all Osram claims in the Daunt under Osram law, even though they're on Karja land. It would mean that any existing ore, stone, and timber claims couldn't be revoked by the Karja. No more risk, no more hesitation for investors back in the claim to pour in the shards and expand their business. And since Olvind has a stake in all those claims, it would make him richer than a scrapper in a junk heap. Not to mention Chainscrape would become an Osram municipality, so he could buy enough votes to call himself an elderman. He's a sly old badger, I'll give him that. Figures if he keeps up the pressure, eventually the magistrate will sign.
ほう、なかなか
Well, I
濃すいで
have
す
to be
ね。
going. Thanks for the drink, Petra. I'm glad I stopped by.
Anytime, Flamehair.
濃すいですね。だから、まあ、目ざといというか。商売人としては一流だな。あれ、意外とこういうエリアあるな。なるほどなるほど。まあいいや、とりあえずメイン一回行くべきか。 いや、その、なんだっけ。なんちゃらかんちゃら。これ、なんだありゃ。なんだ今の。15個くらい持ってるやつどれだ。あ、これか。メタルバイト。よし、何を書いてるかわかんない。とりあえずやったらわかんだろう。
We are on the same side here, Olvund. The bristlebacks threaten us all.
Oh, what
お前
do you
か。
want, Olvund? Some kind of payment?
My dear magistrate, you think I can be bought?
Ah,
If you
こいつか。
want that whistle blown, all you have to do is have your soldiers remove the bristlebacks and sign the concession decree. Face it, what other choice do you have?
Hi.
Savior, what auspicious timing. Might we discuss a matter of importance to the Sundom?
We might. Later.
Very well. I shall be waiting.
So, the savior herself. Walloper of Derval, gutter of youth.
Maybe.
I've heard many tales of your beauty and heroics, my fierce lady warrior. Olvund Freeholder, at your service. So, what could have dragged you away from the fine silks and wine of Meridian to this smudge of a settlement? Your saviorly attention must be needed elsewhere.
I'm here for the embassy and...
The embassy? Why, by the forge. Ah. Greater gears for greater matters. Guess that means you'll be moving on.
Once I've dealt with any problems around here that need my saviorly attention.
Ah, the bristlebacks, of course. Got to get rid of them if you want that embassy to take place. Well, best get to it, hey? And off you go.
Not so fast. You don't seem to have a high opinion of the magistrate?
Well, I refuse to play nice to some fancy-robed parchment butcher when my fellow laborers are being bullied, intimidated, and taken advantage of.
こういうおっさんいるわな。
Noble, ha!
まあまあまあ。
Born with a hammer in hand, I was. Nobody handed me anything
この
or
人の言い
dropped
分はこっち
opportunity
ね。
into my lap.
はい。
Everything
はい
I've achieved, I've done on my own.
And where is this hammer now?
The burden of leadership forced me to set it aside. The Carja risk nothing, while demanding that good Osseram gamble with their lives out there. Someone had to step up and say no more.
You ordered the work stoppage?
Indeed I did. We're laborers, not soldiers. Until the Carja clean up their mess and give us the fair deal we deserve, I'm not risking Osseram lives.
Fair deal? You mean your concession decree?
It's not my decree. It's on behalf of all the good Osseram laborers of this land who do all the back-breaking work, while only the Carja reap the rewards. All we're asking for is the ability to share in this prosperity for a land worked by the people, for the people.
Right. And just how much would be your share?
Only an amount appropriate to my contributions to this community, of course.
面白いな。すげえ弁舌回るじゃん、
If
この
Chain
人。
Scrape is on Karja land, shouldn't a Karja be in charge? Who appointed you?
The sensibilities of good Osseram folk, of course. You think a Carja can head this whole venture? Ah! The magistrate can barely make the trek from Barren Light without losing a few screws.
So you have no real authority then? People only follow you because you say so. Loudly.
Anyone who has followers has authority. I've been with Chain Scrape from the beginning. I mean, I'm practically its founder, and its honest folk know I'm indispensable to its success.
面白いな、このおっさ
You said you founded Chainscrape. Somehow I doubt that.
Practically founded, I said. I alone saw its potential when it was just a smattering of tents in Barren Light's shadow. I invested in the mine, convinced some friends back home to do the same, and here we are. You could say Chainscrape is what it is thanks to me.
Oh, so you're not just standing around and profiting off everyone else?
Not at all. Sure, I make a little return on my investment here and there, but my main priority, as it was from the beginning, is to look after the well-being of these honest, working Osram.
いいよ。いいよ。
Where's the whistle?
Right in the middle of town, but with the threat out there, I'm not endangering innocent Osram lives.
I'm going to clear out the bristlebacks. And when I'm done, this valley is going to get moving.
If that's what it takes. Until then, I'll keep looking after the safety of these good folk.
Just be ready to blow the whistle. Better see what that Carja magistrate wanted.
Yo.
He's in the tavern.
こういう人いるからね。イラッとくるわ。まあいいけど、まあいいけど。酒場ってここだっけ？なんか違う気がしないでもない。あ、飯屋よね。飯屋で、こっちが作業場。あれ
Savior, thank you for taking the time, and my condolences that you had to endure Ulvund's bloviating.
I've dealt with worse. It sounds like he's really trying to put you over the barrel.
The idea that the Carja purposely let bristlebacks into the Daunt, it's completely absurd. But the louder and longer he says it, the more support he'll get for his damned concession decree.
How did the bristlebacks get into the Daunt?
No one knows for sure. The first report of them came from west of the quarry. But unless they have wings I don't know about, I don't see how they could have come over the mountains.
No other way in.
The only way I know about is Barren Light. Look, if you can get to the bottom of this, I can offer a considerable bounty in return. Help me shut Ulvund up.
まあ。はて。
What is this concession decree that Ulvund wants?
He wants the Sundom to designate portions of the Daunt as Oseram holdings. Only the portions, mind you, that produce any value.
Let me guess. Because he stands to profit somehow?
Exactly. With the Daunt under Oseram law, he could secure more investment for their numerous ventures.
He can't get those investments without the concession?
No. Not while there's a chance the Sundom could revoke their access. Hence, why the concession is so important to him. And why blaming the Carja for the bristlebacks, no matter how absurd, works in his favor.
あ、やべえ、なんかごちゃごちゃしてきたぞ。
How does blaming the Carja for the bristlebacks help Ulvund get his concession?
Look around. This may be the Sundom, but Chainscrape is all gears and rust and bad ale. Claiming that the Carja loosed the bristlebacks in order to intimidate Oseram laborers into obedience. Well, let's just say no one here has forgotten the atrocities of the Mad Sun King. And with the bristlebacks bringing work in the valley to a halt, Ulvund has plenty of time to pick at barely healed wounds.
And if the Oseram refuse to work, unless the concession is signed, you won't have a choice.
Correct. The reconstruction of Barren Light must continue.
How did you get stuck out here?
I asked for the posting, believe it or not. Overseeing the entire valley on behalf of the Sun King? It was an honor. Is an honor, I mean.
But your job would be a lot easier without someone like Ulvund blasting hot air all the time?
Ulvund's not going anywhere. He's been around longer than I have. Even fancies himself the founder of Chainscrape. Well, I'll find a way to live with him. I have to.
はて。
You said the bristlebacks were first spotted west of the court?
Yes, according to one terrified laborer, said the ground trembled before they came charging down the hillside. He took off and ran all the way here.
Good place to start looking, then.
If you learn the truth, maybe Ulvund will stop blaming the Karja for every problem under the sun, and maybe then he'll actually focus on rebuilding Barren Light instead.
はて、これどっちの話が正しいか分かりにくいな。なんとも言えねえぜ。そしてあれは何？あれ焚き火か。これだけだとちょっと判断つかないな。情報を操作している人間がいる場合、真逆のお話になってくるからな。まあそうじゃないことを祈るか。ということで、とりあえずはいはいはいはい。これとここか。石切り場の西。あ、これか。で、メインがどこ？チャージャー。とりあえず、ブリッスルバック。会ったことないから、とりあえず西に行こうか。まあまあまあまあまあ。後でやるよ。なんかあったし。あれ？俺もそれは思う。救世中どころかポンコツですからね、今。間違いなく。あれ、アーロイさんスタミナないんだっけ？そういえば。
That bristleback's gonna run him down. Get to safety!
Before you were here.
Get inside until it's safe.
Acid blitz. はあ。イノシシよ、俺にお前の肉をくれ。こいつ。はい、間に合わなかった気がする。当たった？まさかの。嘘じゃん。こいつらは何？チャージャーってあれか。あいつか。はい。さらばだ。チャージャーってあれか。思い出した気がする。あの子だ。バッファローみたいな子だ。自分からやんなかったら大丈夫だっけ？ダメっぽい。非常にダメっぽい。 ほらはいあいああ、そうそうそう、そうだそうだそうだ。失神させてオーバーライドできるんだ。気のせいだと思いませんか。いけあれ死んだ。やっぱり。はい。完全に忘れてました。あ、まあまあまあまあまあまあまあ。そうでした。HP 全く見てなかった。そしてスキルも全く解放してませんでした。なんですって。はい。集中回復。集中継続。はい。間違いなくこれで。間違いなくこれです。私。義勇の発露。義勇って何？あ、かっこいいこれ。武器スタミナ。まあまあまあまあ。あと、あ、ちょっと待って、生存があるじゃない。しもうた。まあいい。まあいい。まあいいよ。行くぞ。なんだい？また襲われんの？あの人。一応終わってるのか。爪楊枝。いや、結構いるな、これ。変更？集団でやられるとな、結構やべえんだよ。集団で来られると非常にまずい。非常にまずい。非常にまずい。お前か。あれ、この子って角じゃなかったっけ？なんか。 はい。相変わらず俺下手だ。狙うの。ははは、逃げたな。ありがとう。逃げなかったら死んでる僕。あ、戻ってきた。嘘でしょ、嘘でしょ、嘘でしょ。無理無理無理無理。そんな痛いも相手にはできないよ。ちょっと。はい。あれ当たんねえ。当たった。はーい。当たった。あれこのブレイズってやつ、コイルなんかあった気がする。そうそうそうそう、なんかそんな感じで、気のせいだよ。あっちあっち。ちょっと目の前にいないの。チャージャーをオーバーライド。いや R1 で。あと1つ。はい。NO! NO! そういうのいらんねえんだよ。そういうのいらんねえんだよ。ちょっと待って、またやってる。当たった。こういうの当たるのが奇跡だからな。よし、よくやってくれた。ありがとうよ。あれ、あの子ってオーバーライドサイレントストライクできないんだっけ。ありがとうよ。 R1 できたじゃん。ありがとう。お、さっき死んだ人間とは思えないくらいパーフェクトだったな今回。ちょいイノシシ嫌な予感しかしねえんだよお前。わあ乗ってった。あいつすげえ。そっちやろ。一回思うけどこういうの当てられる人すげえわ。新鮮な肉やつ。肉はいけてる。スクランジャーの生息地に行く。まあいいや。てってれー。なんかこの辺かなんちゃらがいるやつ。えい。マップ。え、こんなに増えてる。え、このブリッツルバックってドイツのこと言ってんの。え、あれ、あれか。あ、急に来た。びっくりした。